So you went to Australia in 1953
Yep.
at 23 years of age. Talk to me about that. How did that all come about?
I was 22. My brother had went out in 1950.
Stephen?
Stephen, yeah. And he had been writing back, being alone out there writing back, you know, but he was doing well. He was a carpenter. So we wrote, and me and a friend called Johnny Dodds says, you know, we started to get very interested in what Stephen was writing. So we ended up, the both of us decided to go. We went up and seen about it, and it was £10 at that time to go. And that was going to take us 32 days sailing. When we went up, we had to go and see a doctor in the Lisburn Road. Everything, your teeth, your hair, stand on your toes, your fingernail, everything. And when, you know, an examination for both of us must have taken an hour. Another time, you know, just before we went, we got called again. It was the same thing again. And I can't understand now that, you know, you hear people going into Australia, you know,
Yeah.
they go through no examination and none. But I tell you one thing, we were like ballerinas walking up and down on our tiptoes.
Very stringent.
Oh yeah. No.
So how did you find Australia then?
When we were, Steve had helped to build a house for, he had an apprentice, an Australian apprentice, and they were starting to build a house, and Steve was a good carpenter. He went up and started to help them. And with helping them, they decided, they says, bring out your brother, we'll put them up when Steve had built the house. And that's how we had somewhere to go when me and Johnny Dodds had went out there. When we went out, the lady was A1, our great-grandfather was Irish, so she couldn't have been anything else but A1. She was, you know.
Well, you must have worked very hard because you ended up as a union rep.
Yeah. We were out there for 1 year, and we're starting to bank some money. Never in my life, but we started to do that. And Steve says, let's build a house for ourselves. So every week we'd have to put half of our wages in. Steve would go and get the timber and bricks and everything else, and we started to build a house. We got the house almost finished. Steve was a very good carpenter, but he's also a very good brickie. And when we had it, we were in a kind of a paddock or a field, as we call it here, and it was about 100 degrees, and we were the only idiots out working, me, Steve, and them, concreting their paths, whatever. When a man turns up with 2 sons and all, he says, hey mates, he says, I'm going to do a bit of burning off of my block. Is it all right? And we said, we hadn't got a clue. We couldn't stop him. We said, yeah, go for your life. And he, what he was doing, he was burning off to kill any snakes about, to keep things safe. We hadn't got a clue about snakes. When he done this, a wind came and blew the fire right till our house, where we were building. And after working, you know, you worked all day, and then you go up there and work a few hours, and on the weekends you worked there, and there it was going to get burnt down. There was flames, and so there was a big pile of sand, and I get a shovel, and I start throwing it at the flames to try and, you know, put down the grass, and the shovel broke, and the boys, they were out, and they was everything that they could, they were, you know, putting down the flames, and we all got, all the hair on my arms and my hair, bits of my hair and my eyebrows, they got burned off, but we saved the house.
You saved the house,
Yeah.
all right. Tell me the story you told me the other day, when you were union rep with the Italian.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
Yeah. When I was on a job, and there was a little guy from the Shankill, and he used to give me latterly duty. I tell you that, you call him Bobby Shepherd, he'd snipe at me all the time. But these I had pulled them, pulled a few bosses. You're giving us gloves. It was all with steel, and there's about 12 Turks. No, there's about 18 Turks, all on weaving machines making bolts. And I says, they should be given gloves too. And he says, you mind your own business. And I said, no, I won't. So the union got to hear this, and they come down and made me a union rep. So then I could ask questions, and being an Irishman, I did ask questions. I went to one of them and I says, listen here, why am I giving the men the gloves? I was taught them that there's a start and a stop button if I'm still losing a hand or something. Mind your own business. So I wasn't getting anywhere with them. And I says, I'm going to have a talk with you. So I had to go to the office, and I says, I want to speak to the four men. There was two Italians and a Yugoslav that I was always a bit afraid of, and this little guy from the Schenkel. So there I am asking, and I said, by the way, you can't stop me. I'm a union official here, and I want to speak to him. So the big boss comes out and he says, what about? And I says, I don't have to tell you, by the way, you're not paying me any union fees. And he says, oh, if that's the way, get it out the gate. So I says, and by the way, I may go out the gate, but they're coming with me because I want to speak on health and safety. So, and I says, this is in our books that I can do this. So I think he might have been a bit afraid. He says, well, take them four men out with you and talk outside. So I had a talk with him outside. And I kept explaining to these two Italians, they were the ones that were dealing with these poor guys, and I says, give the gloves out. No. I said, why not? Because a thousand excuses, and I says, by the way, you have the gloves. I've seen you going down and getting a few dozen packets of gloves. I says, you must have them in your locker. And he says, why? How do you know about it? I said, well, you must have. You're telling me you've got no gloves, and I've seen you taking a few dozen, gloves. And he says, And I says, well, if you haven't got the gloves, you're selling them. And he run at me. And I told him to get out of my face, I was pushing back a bit. I says, explain yourself. And he was saying, you call me a thief. You call me. I said, so I called them all together, and I says, have you heard me calling this man a thief? No. I said, well, there you are. I says, either you've got the gloves or else you've disappeared somewhere. So I'm arguing with him, and he kept in my face and pushing a wee bit. So anyway, he ended up on the deck. I don't know, he must have slipped or something. But he ended up
slipped over a left hook.
So I'm standing over him, and I'm explaining to him, after about 10 minutes, I'm explaining he should have been given out the gloves. I says, if you cut my finger and you cut their finger, I cut your finger, and then Turk's fingers, all the blood's red. We're all blood brothers in this. Get the gloves out. And he was shouting and carrying on. But there was one, the other Italian, he was circling around me, very excitable, and he come in too close, so...
he hit the deck too.
No, he couldn't running back, like a ballerina backwards. Anyway, whatever I'd done. And I was a bit excited too, because there was two of them, and what I'd done, I usually don't do things like that, but it had been done, and I felt a pull on my sleeve, and I turned around, and it was Bobby Shepherd from the Central, who had been giving me lolly-dolly for years. And I says, yeah, what do you want? And he says, Jim, I'm going to stand by you. All I can say and try to explain, the Irishness, we stand by each other. Now, I mean that.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
But I ended up union, I left there and I ended up union rep on 4 jobs
Wow.
by just
Yeah.
saying wrongs and you know. And by the way, I was on a job and it was another Italian, and I was up on the way up in scaffolding, and we were taking in concrete buckets, and they were about 1.5 tons. And I wanted them to stop spinning because I didn't want to be spinning off the top of the building. And this Italian kept shouting, "Go in and meet it, go in and meet this." And I says, "You can get, you know, never mind." So I got the 2 other guys that were Australians that were with me. I says, "You're going to have to stand by me here. I'm not going out there to try and stop 1.5 tons of concrete." And they says, "Well, now are we then?" So I says to the boss, "Listen here, when it comes over, let it settle down that bucket, because none of us is wanting to go over the side." So he's starting to shout and shout, and I says, "Listen here, we're not doing it. And anyway, mate, you're taking a labourer's job by running, you're a carpenter boss, you're taking a labourer's job by running out and stopping that bucket." And he says, "You never mind, I'm the boss here." I says, "You're the boss on the job, but you're not a boss of me, mate. Get that in your head." So one thing till another, I said, "I'm not working with you. I'm stopping. You're not going to steal my job. I'm not working with you." So the other 2 Australians, I said, "Right, old Pat, we're not working with you." Anyway, the job came to a standstill.
They all showed solidarity.
Yeah. And then the big boss come up and he says, "What's the meaning of all this?" He was out, "No, nice suit and all this, you know, but the suit doesn't make the man." He comes up and he says to me, "What's going on?" And I explained, and I says, "I've told him 3 times, and he takes no notice of me. And if he wants a labourer's job, let him go and take the labourer's job." I says, "But I'm not working with him." I says, "Safety first." So I says, "Anyway, I've told him 3 or 4 times, I'm not working with him anymore. Get a new foreman." And he says, "All right." So he tells the Italian boss, he says, "Listen here, the men won't work with you. We're going to have to get another, you know, site boss." He says,
Yeah.
"And we're going to have to take you off and put you on another job." And he started to cry, and it didn't feel good that a man was crying, you know. And I says, "But it's the only way. You're taking no notice of us. We're trying to explain and hold on to our jobs, but you don't care about us, so we all have to do the same thing about you."
Yeah.
So he got taken off the job, and we got a new man that was satisfactory.
Brilliant. Listen, you told me that you went down to meet the 1956 Olympic boxing team when they arrived in Melbourne. Freddie Gilroy, Freddie Teat, Sox Barron, Johnny Caldwell. Talk to me about that.
There was a crowd of Irish people had heard, you know, Irish people don't realise this through the world. We are clannish.
Yes. You have your own communities over there, an Irish community.
Yeah, yeah. We identify with each other.
Yeah.
You know, we come up the same way hard and we identify. So we went down into where the plane came in, and there was me and a friend of mine had went out to Australia with Johnny Dodds, and there they were all cordoned off, and I says to Johnny, "Let's try and get out to the tarmac." You know, the photographers were going out there, and so I gets a cigarette packet, and I said, "Right, oh, let's go." And I goes to the door, and he goes, "Yeah, what's what?" And I says, "Press," and I walked out. And so did my
a cigarette
friend. Yeah. so they do come in, you know, they come in handy.
Yeah.
We were the only 2 people that I seen out there beside the photographers.
Yeah.
That met them Irish.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were friends with Spike McCormick. He come over to box, and also McAuley.
Yeah. Spike fought a guy, and I'm not sure whether it was a Jewish fella.
Right. Had you a passion for boxing anyway?
Who?
Yourself?
Well, I used to go to it here.
Right.
Yeah, as a young kid.
Chapel Fields?
No. I went up to King's Hall and Ulster Hall.
Yes.
And you go and watch different ones.
Right.
Now, Spike fought this guy, Provenzani. He was smashing, lovely, boxing, clean, everything. And Spike, the night of Spike fighting, me and my brother goes, and we're sitting there, and they happened to put us with our tickets, where you show your tickets, you could show into the arena, and we were sitting in, and we didn't realise they put us in beside hundreds of Italians.